Hi there. So welcome to my new workshop. It's tiny, but it's home, and this is where I'm going to be doing a lot of my work from now on. So I just wanted to make a video for everyone about kind of what's going on with my work with bringing tape machines to Eurorack at the moment. As everyone knows, or might know, you know, the uTape scrubber, the micro cassette version's finished, and good news is the expanders, which are going to add like level control for record, playback, AC bias and some other bits and bobs, are on the way. And now that's kind of come to a close, I guess. I've been looking at all my other projects. I've had a general thought about, you know, moving forwards again, that I'm not in a position yet to kind of make my own mechanisms. As much as I want to do it, and as much as I want to like experiment with, you know, designing mechanisms completely from scratch. You know, people might have seen some of the stuff, where is it, that I've done with where have I put it? Here it is. You know, the one uTape rack, and trying to kind of make this open reel system with 1/8 inch. I'd love to do it 1/4 inch, but it's just not possible to get the heads at the moment. I've realised I've really got to just be realistic with what I can do with my tools, my equipment, and you know what I can actually upscale to make available for people. So something that's, you know, come out of all of this, you know, my work and stuff I'm posting, is getting loads of messages from people saying, oh, they just want a full-size cassette version. You know, these are great, but micro cassettes aren't for everyone. So I've had a look through all my old projects, and I have been getting ready to release a completely kind of standalone full-size cassette based on this tape mechanism, which is absolutely fantastic. It's like actually got solenoids in it, and you can jog through the modes with gear, you know, to switch the gears for different modes. Typically I've been sat on this idea so long now, I can't get the transports. So I went back through everything else and thought, well, what can I do? I found these old transports, and I've got a couple of these. Unfortunately, they don't have the fixed bias arrays head, but you know, when I was sat just staring into space, wondering what on earth I am, who I am, and where I am in space and time, I realised, ultimately, you know, this is the same as the uTape scrubber. You know, it's a single head machine with a DC, you know, magnet. So in order to keep my head above water and make sure I'm like making progress with designs and kind of able to pay myself enough to survive, I'm gonna now take the uTape scrubber and I'm gonna redesign it to go into this format. So if you're interested in supporting this project, I'm going to make a pre-order again, but it's basically to put down a deposit to help me get the money together to order enough of these tape cassettes, transports, to be able to, you know that I can do it. You know, I can't go through that again of designing something and then not being able to release it. Yeah, so I'm going to put a page on my website, and you'll be able to put down, I think I'll just do 50, you know, if everybody gave me £50 towards the final product. This one's, you know, £2.99 finished, and I think I would be able to do this for the same. You know, although the mechanisms are going to cost me a little bit more money, since having done this one, I've learned so much. You know, the R&D's pretty much done. There's going to be a few adaptations, you know, and being a different head and motor, you know, there's still some work to do, but mainly I can now take what I've, you know, put a lot of blood, sweat, tears and my time into, to transfer this project into this format, which is, it seems it's what everybody wants. So yeah, if you want to support this, there'll be a page on my website and you can put down a 50 quid deposit, and I think in the end they'll end up being £2.99, and it just means, you know, you'll secure your one for the future. You know, it could end up being that by the time I finish the project, you know, I can't get this transport again. And yeah, if this sounds interesting to you, just you know, send me a message, let me know what you think. But yeah, loads more to come. And once the great thing is I can get up and running making these, you know, relatively quickly. I am working on this DIY tape machine for Fonk, which is going to have separate playback, record, motor modules, and then you'll have different options for transports. There's going to be this standard cassette one, and then I've made a variation of the uTape scrubber panel, so there's going to be like a load of passive panels for different types of transports. But yeah, it's all coming together. I am going to put to bed the one uTape rack idea for now, and just see that kind of more as a development tool. And it's, you know, it's a shame really, because I love it, but when I gave it out to some people, they just had so many problems with tape tension, snagging. You know, it's really on the fine point, on the edge of what's possible. You know, it's a compromise all the time, and ultimately, to have an open reel system like this, you want to have a really strong motor with loads of torque and tension, and then when you try and apply that to 1/8 tape, and the fact that I can't get, you know, I can only get these curved heads rather than the pointed ones, you know, everything is just against me. So coming back again to working with known mechanisms, I can, you know, then translate some of my ideas, you know, working with new playback circuits. This one's pretty cool. It's got variable high frequency EQing for different tape speeds, and yeah, the record circuits, anyway, there'll be a whole nother video about that. This was only meant to be 1 minute video, so I've ended up rambling as usual. But yeah, peace, love and tape loops. Thanks everyone, bye.